Hello and welcome to my video. In this video, I will be talking about post-installation tasks after installing Server Core. In my previous video, I did a basic installation of the Server 2012 R2 Core. There are some basic tasks that you will want to perform before integrating a new server into a production environment. All the basic tasks such as updating the server, changing the computer name, changing the date and time, etc. can be configured from using a utility called the server config, which is a text-based utility available in Windows Server Core for basic configuration tasks. Because Server Core does not have a GUI interface or a graphical user interface, all tasks must be done from the command line. So I have the server up and running. So I'll go ahead and log in as the administrator. Okay, so after logging in, we get the command prompt. There is no graphical user interface that we are normally accustomed to. So this is the prompt you're given after installing the server core. So I'm going to run the utility called server config or sconfig. Okay, typing sconfig at the command prompt brings up this menu, and I'll go it over very quickly just to see what we can accomplish from this menu. The first option is domain or workgroup. Here's where it allows you to either join a domain or change the workgroup name. The current workgroup name, as you can see here, is called workgroup. Then you have a computer name. This name is a default name that's given to the server during the Windows installation. Third option allows you to add a local administrator. This is to the local computer database. The fourth option here allows you to configure remote management, and by default it's already enabled. Option 5 will allow you to do the Windows update settings and so on and so forth. Number 8 option, the network settings. This allows you to configure the IP address, either DHCP or static IP. Now for a server, you will actually want to give it, it's normal to give it a static IP address and not a dynamic, but currently it's configured for a dynamic IP. The sixth option there will allow you to download and install updates. Then you have option 7 for remote desktop. If you want to manage this server remotely by connecting to through remote desktop services, you can do that. Allows you also to change the date and time with option 9. That is another thing you'll want to do, because if the date and time is incorrect, it will not allow you to join a domain. Then you have number 11, Windows activation, and from option 12 to 15, that will give you options of logging on, restarting, shutting down the server, etc. So the first thing I want to do here is to change my computer name. So to get to that option, I'll just type 2, enter, and it's asking me to enter the new name. Now if I hit enter and leave it blank, it will retain the original name that was given during installation. So for this server, I'm gonna call it server 2012 core -CORE and enter. It accepted the name and it's asked me if I want to restart the computer. I'll just click on no, because I want to do a couple other things before restarting it. One other thing I want to do here is to check the network settings to see if it picked up a proper IP address. So I'll just click on 8. Here you can see it's picking up an IP. If I want to change this IP address, let's say I want to make it a static IP, I'll have to first select, it's telling me to select the network adapter, and you can see that the network adapter here is given a number of 10. So if I want to change the settings on the adapter, I'll enter 10, and here you can see more of the IP settings, such as the subnet mask, gateway. Here's where it's picking up the has DHCP enabled, and it's picking it's true. The default gateway, it's got the DNS. So for now I'll leave that, but you will want to, in a normal production environment, you will want to give it a static IP. So I'm going to hit 4 to return to the main menu. I want to check the date and time. So option 9 will allow me to do that. And let's see the date and time if it's correct. So the time is correct and the time zone is also correct, so I'm gonna leave that, and I'm gonna select 15 to exit, and I'll go ahead and restart the server, and restarting the server is option 13. I'll go ahead and restart it. Okay, so the server has been restarted after doing the name change. Let's go back into server config to see if it changed the name of the computer. Okay, look at the computer name now. You will see that it is now server 2012-core, the same name that we give it prior to the restart. Now, Windows Update is also something that you will want to do. I want to look at the other option, the very first option, number 1 here, changing the workgroup name. So I'm going to go to option 1, and if you have a domain controller or you want to change the name of the workgroup, here's where it allows you to do that. I have to enter the letter W, and it knows that I want to change the workgroup name. If I wanted to join a domain, I will type D, and that will tell the server config that I actually want to join a domain name. So the workgroup that I want to change to, I'll call it lab. And here you go. Welcome to workgroup lab. I'll click it OK. Okay, so let's choose the option for remote, to enable remote desktop. So if we ever want to manage this server remotely, which we will probably want to do, that allows us via option 7. So if I if I type 7, it's asked me to enable or disable remote desktop, and I do want to enable it. Currently it is set to disable. So E will allow me to enable it, and then it asks me if I want it. Give me 2 additional options. Option number 1 is for network authentication level, which is a bit more secure than option 2. For the purpose of this lab, I'll just select option 2, which will just allow older version of clients and newer version of clients to connect remotely to the server. So option 2. And it tells me there that remote desktop has been enabled for any version of remote desktop, and give me a warning that it'll be less secure, but that's okay. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoy it. Remember to rate this video if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.